Let's go!
You are now watching 14ASports on 15MOFE.com.
Oh, welcome into the 14ASports radio show.
What up?
Hello.
Whoa.
Hello.
How we doing?
Good. We're here live on this 30th of October, 2013. We are missing two members of the team tonight. Richie K out with sickness. Also, Cole's out with sickness.
Hope I could step it up, filling in the shoes, man.
Oh, you got it, man. You got it.
What type of sickness are we talking here? Like
Well, Richie's got the stomach issues. Cole's, I believe, came down with some sort of that flu that's been going on.
I think Nipsey said it. I think
I
she
saw
was
Cole's Halloween outfit and looked a little skimpy for the,
yeah?
for the temperatures.
prancing
outside.
around that kind of outfit.
You're going to get that a lot with the ladies out here in late October, you know? You're thinking that you're immune to all this stuff out here, all the weather? Not necessarily,
they're not gonna be
ladies.
outside. They're gonna be
make
in
sure
the bar.
Make sure you take that vitamin C when you go out with you.
You know what, though?
sure.
Well worth it. Well worth it for me that they get sick with those skimpy outfits. No doubt about it. So keep on going, ladies.
All right.
Absolutely.
So tonight on the show, we've got David James. He is the predictor. So go to his website. It's livepredictor.com. Also follow him on Twitter at livepredictor. Now, you know, David had a lot of these outrageous picks going on.
A little interesting.
We had him on before the NFL season started, and oh, that's us.
That is.
I should mute that.
Hello.
And his one team, he had Buffalo, and actually I just watched the video, and I'm so glad that I called him out on his Buffalo pick.
That's looking good now.
He was all over Buffalo.
Now, is he going to go on the
I was
crutch
all
of
against
E.J.
him.
Manuel? Because he also said Kevin Cobb would fill in.
Right.
Yeah,
appropriately
he was good with either one of them. But
Well, how
what do they call
ironic
that?
is it now? It wasn't even Cobb or Manuel, Thad Lewis. And, you know, listen, Buffalo's been playing all right. You know, it's just that last game they lost to New Orleans, but they've been playing a couple good games there, at least close in the early going. They took New England wire to wire right at an opening week. So
Yeah, and, I mean, E.J. Manuel had that big comeback win versus Carolina. So, you know, you thought that he was coming around and then, you know, down for the season, I think, right? Is he out?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's done for
Oh,
the
no,
year.
no.
No, he's just-
Yeah, he'll be
just laid
back.
up for
But
now.
yeah, he's still out for a couple weeks. But
Yeah, that Cleveland Buffalo game really killed both teams, that one.
how bad was that Monday night game, man? That was a
my
brutal
God.
game to watch. Thank God the World Series was
Jesus.
on.
Yeah.
I usually use the last button. I didn't use it that much.
I had
know.
the PIP going.
No one ever wants to hear somebody else's fantasy football stories, so I'm going to tell you guys anyway.
That's why we got you on, baby.
So I need Seattle's kicker to score 5 points Monday night.
Right.
Hachika.
Hashushka.
Yep. Did not get that. Only two.
Nah, I got me a solid 2.
Yeah.
All right, well, tough loss, buddy.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that
Well,
that was fun.
You know, I'm wondering why the hell I got a Phillies jersey on here.
Yeah, why do you?
Shane Victorino showing the love and support for him. He's back in the lineup tonight in the World Series. Interesting, you know, Boston up here 3-2 after those 3 games in St. Louis.
Crazy finishes.
They look like they're going to
But-
be dead in the water there after Game 3 to come back.
Well, your boy Victorino goes out with a back spasm, and who
Yeah,
comes in?
Johnny
The
Gomes.
bearded man, Johnny Gomes.
Victorino's still making an impact on him when he's in the
by
game.
sitting out.
Yeah.
that was great when he hit that 3-run home run. First of all, Pedroia and Poppy running the bases, going bananas.
Oh, yeah.
and then Gomes gets back to the dugout, and they all start tugging on the beard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that was tremendous.
Well, that's been their thing like basically all season, I guess. I don't know when they started. I think they started before the
I don't
season
know.
started,
They
right?
look like they were going to pull that thing off. Yeah, well, the whole beard thing, I don't know about the pulling on it and stuff, but Gomes said he came into spring training with like a serious beard
And
and
that's
like
how-
and challenged everybody, you know. But
Big Poppy's still looking very well groomed,
dude,
though.
Yeah.
dude,
he's in-
grooving.
Big Poppy gets the pass, you know. He's like, his thing's all nicely shaved and all that. You know, come on, man.
I think Poppy and Walsh use the same barber.
the hair trimmer.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a Dollar Shave Club, you know, and
Do you? How is that?
Amazing.
I gotta get
The
into
only
that.
thing is, they only give you the same, like the same stick, I guess, or
Yeah.
blade,
Oh,
not
like
the blade,
the holder.
right?
Yeah,
so
well-
then they give you the replacement blades there, but it's only $1 a month.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're,
that's
you're
awesome.
not wearing
Hence
out
the Dollar Shave Club.
you're not wearing out the holder thing.
Nah, I
But-
guess not. Depends. Maybe if you drop it in the toilet or something.
But
well.
if you saw Poppy in the middle of Game 4, he goes bananas in the dugout. You know, kind of like a football thing. The coach,
Yeah.
the assistant coach, was like, "Yeah, it felt like a football game." And then after the game, they're like, they went to Pedroia. They were like, Pedroia. They were like, you know, what Poppy said. First of all, what did he say to you? That fire you up? He goes, dude, I never know what Poppy's saying. He goes, I just get fired up anyway. But, you know, no idea. Ran the Raven, half Spanish, half English. Who knows?
Well, I mean, the series could have went really either way after that Game 3 with that finish.
Oh,
on
100%.
the call, and you feel like
The
you might have got jobbed on that, and then it could have spiraled out of control right there, and that Game 4 win was huge.
The pickoff. Oh man, how bad do you feel for that guy?
The Wang.
And he actually had a play early in the game where he created a run there, stealing a base and stuff. So
You know what though? You got Beltran at the plate.
Oh yeah,
Beltran.
oh yeah.
My God.
He loves to look at cold strikes in the World Series there in the playoffs.
But Beltran's such a clutch hitter. Outside of that,
He's been doing really well this postseason.
I mean, you take the bat out of his hand and but back-to-back games, you get the obstruction call, and then you get a pickoff to end the game. It was unbelievable.
Especially you're down by 2 runs, so it's not even like that one
right.
run.
He meant
really,
nothing essentially. Right. Right.
So how do you feel about that? You got the obstruction and then you got the pickoff to end the game. You think that's bad for baseball, or is
Absolutely
that good
not. No,
I think they needed something like this.
Of course, and everyone was talking about it. Like they were all over the map. They actually that game beat the Thursday Night Football game.
Yeah.
In the ratings, which the World Series hasn't done at all.
Who the hell wants to watch the Bucks anyway, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Talk about brutal.
I think I think you guys talked about it where baseball's coming more sectionalized, where it's like we really only follow your team, and other than that, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'll catch it if it's on, if it's not, whatever.
Yeah.
And this is like talking on all the morning talk shows, Sports Center, ESPN. What was it? What was the right call? Was it wrong? And so
Well, what do you guys? What'd you think of the obstruction call? You think they got it right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the rule. That's the rule. You can't be there. And again, we talk about this all the time. Maybe they shouldn't have called it in the heat of the moment. I know we talked about it in basketball, like LeBron when he had that foul against Indiana in one of the games. But that's the rule.
Well, we talked about it just recently with the Jets Pats game.
Oh yeah, with the push into the line.
Yeah.
New England getting screwed twice,
left and right.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a great scene tonight for Boston. They haven't won the World Series in 95 years in their home ballpark.
In Boston,
Last time they did it, 1918. 15,238 were there to watch that game, and it was against the Cubs.
You want to know a crazy thing about that? Babe Ruth in the deciding game went into left field as a defensive replacement.
Oh yeah.
After winning 2 games as a starting pitcher in the series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And something about Francesa said his stats were insane.
Oh,
like
ridiculous.
some of his games pitch numbers were like 150 pitches or something like that for one game.
Yeah, no, it was different era back then. But so tonight you got Waka on the hill.
Waka Flocka flamethrower.
He's been unbelievable. He threw that they won that game 4-2. He threw that one change up to Poppy, who is just he's locked in, man.
Might be back
Absolutely
on the stuff.
Locked in.
Might be back on it.
You know what? I guess that's been talked about. Is he on it? Is he not? A lot of people comparing him to A-Rod. How A-Rod's getting raked over the coals. Poppy essentially, when that list came out and he was on it, he basically went bananas. Said, "I never did it."
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course he did it.
Yeah.
Of course he's still doing it.
They
But let me
name
ask you
names.
this. Why wouldn't you do it? Why not? I have no problem. Even if he's on it, I don't care.
We here at 14ASports are heavy advocates for PEDs.
I am.
We're all over
it. makes the game better.
Oh,
The
yeah.
game's more entertaining.
Chicks dig the
Let
long ball.
them all do it.
Also, if you go to 14asports.com, one of our own, Mike McCord, actually wrote a great article today. I believe it was Sketchy Swinger was the title of.
Very
he
interesting.
wrote an article about Poppy. Good read there, so definitely go check that out.
I like it.
Now, Lackey, he actually came in relief in Game 4. You think that has any effect on him tonight?
I say no, because that was day to throw a side session anyway.
Yep.
So obviously, it's not a regular side session. Obviously, coming in relief for the World Series, but he didn't throw an insane amount of pitches. He was gonna throw that day anyway. He did it before, back when he was on the Angels in 2002. I mean, a long time ago. He was a rookie, but he came in relief then. So no, I don't think it has any effect on him. Whether he pitches well or not, I don't think the relief appearance has any bearing on that at all.
He got himself out of a major jam in that game too. Game 4,
Which was that?
Game 4. I mean, he had the guy on third base, 1 out. Got the 1
and he
out on the
pitched out
pop
of it,
up, and then
yeah,
ran it
right.
out. So great job by him there. That keeps the Red Sox in it. Evens up the series after that game. Red Sox come back, win Game 5, and going to be an absolutely amazing scene. I was reading a lot of articles today about the price of these tickets on at Fenway tonight. Like the price was going up by the inning. Like people started buying them after the Red Sox got the run in the first inning of Game 5,
right.
And then each inning they were basically saying that the tickets are going up $50.
And
Wow.
then now, did you see before the series started? there was a ticket sale on StubHub for like $6
Yeah.
for a ticket.
Yeah.
Or for 2 tickets for $6.
Yeah,
One.
And
it was,
StubHub had to honor.
it was counterfeit. It wound up being
was
counterfeit.
it?
Yeah,
They gave the guy the ticket,
Yeah,
though,
the kid bought it. It was counterfeit. And then StubHub, got back to him and said, we'll give you a ticket to the World Series. And so
Well,
he
that's
wound up with
interesting.
a World Series ticket for $6.
because StubHub has
awesome.
to verify those tickets, right? That's
right,
their job,
right. That's the whole premise of that. Yeah, but
It's probably his buddy who did
you
it somehow.
you guys ever been to a World Series game?
No, I haven't.
No, I was at one of the in not the 2000 playoffs. I was at one of the Atlanta games in '99 where they lost 1-0. Al Leiter pitched, and Shea Stadium, that was rocking. But that was the closest I've been to a scene like that, and I can't imagine, man. Boston,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
We should end the show early and head up there. The Red Sox got the lead at some
trip,
point.
road trip up.
Jesus, man,
That would be a party
absolutely
that would not
incredible.
stop.
And then the parade would be Friday if they won tonight.
Can we get a video camera? We'll tape it for.
Rob, we need the
14
camera.
14A road
we
trip.
need the camera. Be a
Yeah.
wicked good trip.
Yeah, you think the 14A will spring for the hotel room? Maybe we'll just sleep on the
We
streets.
might be sleeping on Sully's couch.
Yeah.
Now, there was a lot of talk tonight about if Boston doesn't win it, then everyone thinks the pressure's on them. Do you guys agree with that stuff, or?
Well, if it goes to a game 7?
Yeah, then now it's on Boston.
I
because they
mean,
blew
game
this
7. Who's going to pitch for Boston?
Peavy,
I mean, you
I
have
think it would
Peavy
be.
or maybe Felix Dubron. Either way, every pitcher is on a very short leash
Right.
because everyone's available except the guys that pitch tonight. Lackey and Waka would be off the table, but everybody else is available. So as soon as anyone gets into trouble, it's a hook.
Yeah.
Game 7, everyone's available.
Yeah, we saw Tampa go to that earlier in the playoffs.
Oh
They
yeah,
did
versus
that.
Boston.
Yeah, they went through like 13 pitchers or
Yeah.
so. Yeah, but you know what? I really have no dog in a horse. No dog in a horse. All right.
We hope not.
No horse in the race.
Yeah, I got no
No
dog in a
race?
fight. Whatever you want to. You know where I'm going with it.
I got no Mike Vick with a dog.
So, but you always root for the game 7 if it's not your team because it's the ultimate drama.
What it's all about.
Yeah, like
3-2, bottom 9.
that's what you remember. I mean, the Beltran strikeout will go down in
I
infamy.
mean, the Kurt Gibson home run. I mean,
Well, that was game 1.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was game 1.
I mean, I guess you remember it.
Well, how
more fondly,
about in the 2001 World Series with Mo and Luis Gonzalez broken bat?
Oh,
Craig
yeah.
Counsell scores.
And that was great after 9/11 with and I was like kind of rooting for the Yankees because
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole 9/11 thing.
town
Yeah,
of New York, and I mean it seems like they're up by 1, I think, right?
going into
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
And Mariano comes in and he blows the save.
Mark
and-
Grace got it started with a little bingle.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
I think it was like 2 of those broken back
Yeah,
singles
they didn't
and
hit the ball
pop-outs.
hard.
It was
Yeah.
just like and.
But you know what's interesting about that? You want to talk about Buck and McCarver. We were kind of talking to them before, and a lot of people give them a lot of flack for how they've been calling games. But McCarver, because Torrey brought the infield in, and McCarver goes, imagine you lose the World Series on a broken bat bloop single up the middle. And literally, he called that right before, and Gonzalez, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, McCarver's last World Series, so.
This one, yeah.
All right, so we will definitely keep everybody updated on the game. I'm sure you guys have it on at home, but for our own benefit, we'll just talk aloud and keep it updated. NBA started out last night. Chicago traveling to Miami. Miami blew their hole out early, had a 17-0 run in that game. Derrick Rose, feeling a little bit of the funk in his first game back.
Yeah.
Got swiped
good
there
here
on
and
like
there,
one of
but-
the first possessions. But what do you guys take away from that game?
Nothing. Seriously, nothing. How do you draw a conclusion from the first game of the year? Nothing.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's just a game.
I think it's just Miami was, I think they were hearing a little chirps about tough to three-peat. Chicago's the team this year, and I think they sent a little message to their home crowd and everybody else in the league that hey, they're still here. They still got the best player in the league, and
I think
they're going to go battle.
We'll break down the NBA a little bit later, but Miami's all predicated on how Wade holds up, man. Like he obviously he has bad knees. How much juice he has for a playoff run.
Yeah,
that's what's going to come down.
The
to.
regular season doesn't really matter for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're gonna be a 1 seed, right? A 2 seed at worst.
2 seed at worst, I would say. Chicago seems like they could maybe take it just because. I mean, that team last year was like what a 5 seed, 6 seed without
Five,
Rose,
They play defense, man. They absolutely Thibodeau.
Thibodeau doesn't let them down any games, So, but we'll see.
But the East is jammed up this year. We'll get into it a little bit more. But you got Brooklyn.
The Knicks
loaded up.
Number 1 seed,
The Knicks. I don't like the Knicks team, but
Yeah, do I?
and then you got
they
the
don't
West
like
wide
you
open.
either, right, Molly?
Well, not many people do. So what else is new?
And then the other game, the part of that doubleheader last night, you had the Lakers big upset win over the Clippers. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Listen, when D'Antoni gets hired with the Lakers, you don't like it because they got the two bigs. How are you playing with them? Basically, Pau Gasol, he sat
out of position.
Yeah, it was horrible. It wasn't a good fit. But what D'Antoni does well is, and remember back on the Knicks, he gets guys to put in that system and play better than they actually should, or produce more than they historically do. So he has a bunch of not big time players, right? Kobe's probably not back till
Xavier Henry dropping
22,
yeah. So
that dunk right on Chris Paul's face on the fast break, that was great.
Well, let's go to the Clippers. I think Blake Griffin is one of the most overrated players in basketball.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, he's a great Sports Center player. He's the best Sports Center player in the league.
That doesn't win you games.
I understand.
I'm almost thinking this might have been a little Doc Rivers too, maybe kind of letting them get their butts kicked a little and be like, you guys want to buy into this and start playing some D, or do you want to lose to the Lakers and let them score 40 points in the fourth quarter all year too? I don't know. That's
what killed, and the most embarrassing part about it, the Lakers bench, they scored 74 points,
which is like in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, which is like the most in the modern era. 74 from the bench against the team that's supposed to go to the NBA final, a shoe-in almost,
and they out-rebounded them drastically. DeAndre Jordan, Defensive Player of the Year. They got banged up on the boards, which if you're not going to rebound, you're in for trouble.
And the Clips looked like they had no interest in playing defense.
I watched the whole first quarter of that game. I didn't, West Coast game, try to get to bed early. But that was just a sloppy game. Just a very sloppy game. They're trying to oop it all over the place. It's funny. I watched the Sports Center earlier. They said the San Antonio Spurs had one alley-oop last season.
Yeah.
One alley-oop.
And it didn't even look like it was
on purpose. And it was like a missed shot.
A missed shot,
in like the last 15 seconds. And they said the Clippers led the league last year at like 184 oops. But
no, I think the Clippers are going to score a ton, but I think that defense needs to get better if they want to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. They got to get harder. I mean, they're a very soft team. They're, all showtime, all flash, all alley-ooping, all the dribble between the legs and whatnot. Yeah. Naismith would not be proud of this team.
And I'm sure a lot of the teams will adjust throughout the season and probably pick up a guy or two, or maybe move a guy like Jamal Crawford off that team to get another big guy or something like that.
I like Jamal Crawford, yeah.
Well, he's another Sports Center finest, but...
I like Crawford. I think he should have won six.
I think
he should have won Sixth Man of the Year.
All
but
right, J.R. Smith,
we'll get in. Yeah, he's shooting 25% a game.
Come on, only in the playoffs. It's for the regular season. It's not the playoffs.
We'll get into that. How about talking about terrible? How about the New York Jets? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? How bad was that game?
I took some extra pride in this since I had Cincinnati heads up against Molly. So
you know what's crazy about that? And this is the whole thing. You got to stick to your guns. I picked Cincinnati to go to the Super Bowl, and I've been railing against the Jets all year. And now here my idiot ass goes and takes the Jets against Cincinnati in Cincinnati, and they just got absolutely blown out of the water. That wasn't even a game. It was not even a game. Not at one point.
And it seems like that's when the Jets really get in trouble. When they get down a score or two, they just really dig the whole defense.
They couldn't. I'll tell you what. The Jets hang their hat on the defense. D. Milner is not an NFL player right now.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if Cromartie's hurt, but Cromartie is not. He's not even close to the level he played at last year. We talked about it before the show. Marvin Jones, 4 touchdowns, blowing up.
Crazy.
The Jets just got absolutely rocked. And you know what? If you look at them, they rise and fall with Geno. In their wins, Geno is +3 turnovers to touchdowns, and in their losses is -8.
Wow.
So,
I think when
Geno plays.
When they put Geno in a good position where it's not all on him, I feel like he does well. But when they, like I said, get down and they need him to kind of carry it, it seems like that's when he starts making the mistakes.
Well, going forward, and maybe we'll ask the predictor about this, but the Red Rifle, man, Andy Dalton, if he's going to play like that, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Well,
they're
going to be very tough. We knew going into the game that it was going to be very hard for Cincinnati to run the ball, so that they were going to have to beat him through the air, and boy, did they!
Oh yeah, they did it easily.
5 TDs from Andy Dalton.
The other thing,
13 over the last 3 games. I want to say 13 or 14 touchdowns.
I won't rail on you. That sounded convincing.
It's up there.
They didn't run the ball very effectively, and they really haven't the last couple games, but. That offensive line is giving Dalton all kinds of time. So you got to really tip your hat to that offensive line.
They got weapons too.
So
Eifert,
they played.
Marvin
They're
Jones,
playing. And actually, out of the backfield, too. You know, Gio Bernard, who, you know, neither one of them had a huge game, but they have a ton of weapons. That defense, you know, they lost Leon Hall for the year, which is a big blow to them. But that front seven, man, that's as good as it gets up front.
Oh, yeah. Maliuga looked, he made some crazy plays.
Yeah. All right, we'll hit the break, and then we'll come back with the predictor.
All right, we got some time. How about real quick on the Giants?
All right.
So now Jerry Reese comes on. You know, they don't trade Knicks, which...
Well, I'm not surprised at that.
Not surprised. They kind of said
the Richardson trade kind of set a precedent, thinking like, oh, all these teams are going to start doing this. Like, this is the NBA. They're going to start tanking. But I mean, draft picks are so valuable in the NFL that you rarely see a trade go down.
Mm-hmm. But the whole tanking thing, looking at the Giants, if the Giants trade Knicks, I don't think that's tanking at all. You have Ruben Randle step right to a spot. Like they had the guy.
Not even Knicks per se, but like Jacksonville or if Minnesota traded Adrian Peterson. You know, there was talk all over the league about.
Yeah, Jared Allen,
Tony Gonzalez, like.
But so the Giants, you know, and I still think they're dead, but they're only 2 games back in that awful division. And
call it.
Go ahead.
I think they win the next 2 at home, and their season predicates on versus the Cowboys the end of November on the 24th.
Yeah, you think they beat Green Bay?
I think they beat Green Bay.
I'm in the building.
Oh yeah, you going to the Green Bay?
I'm
game?
in the building on that one. Just got the tickets the other day, so.
I know it sounds, you know, you could predict anything you want, but, you know, I think they got the bye week. Andre Brown coming back, so they got a more steady running back there. With giving Hills more time and Brandon Jacobs, too. He's familiar with the offense. But also, we've played Green Bay really well the past 2 times they came into our building. We put up, I think we beat them by 20 last year.
We smoked them, yeah.
And then 2 years ago,
in the playoff game.
I forget if we were tied or if we were beating them, and then Aaron Rodgers drove down the field with like 30 seconds left and scored a field goal.
Yeah. That was when they were undefeated.
Yeah,
when the Green Bay was
and then we went and beat them in their house in the playoffs.
And
so
then the Super Bowl.
I feel like we play them well. I mean, we match up with them well. I mean, the Giants' running defense has been great. I mean, and their overall defense has been great. I know it's versus Barkley and Josh Freeman, but
talk about in-season trades. John Beeson has been huge to that team. Really has.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. We talked about how that linebacking core was, you know, barely a professional unit in all reality. And John Beeson's come in, and he's given them a little bit of leadership at that position, or a lot of leadership at that position.
Rowe talked about it with Joe and Evan, if you heard that.
And you know, putting guys in the right spots, and you know, some to be said for that. And actually, another thing I liked, he came right in. He had those guys coming in a half hour early before practice to break down film. Nice. You know, I think that stuff goes a long way. Mm-hmm. You know, build a little bit of camaraderie, especially in a defensive unit where it's all, you know, everyone has to be on the same page. You know, if one guy's slanting, you know, you got to fill a hole, whatever the case may be. So,
and there are always times with the Giants, especially it feels like since Pierce left, that guys are just wide open, or you know, guys are before the play or pointing to every which way, and they're just looking at like they don't know what they're doing. And it seems like, you know, hopefully he can bring a little solidifying voice to the group.
So, well, in any case, I don't expect the Giants to make a season out of it, but if they get, you know, they run off a couple wins, they can make things interesting at the very least.
I disagree with you because, you know, who's at the top is Dallas. And you know, and listen, they've shown nothing resembling consistency the last couple of years, especially in the Tony Romo
That was one
era.
of the worst losses I've ever seen.
You know, you got another game against Dallas. You know, it could definitely be done. Well, you still got games against Oakland. But it's the end of the schedule that, you know, but listen, when you cross that bridge when you get to it. But these next couple of games are extremely winnable right now.
I tell you, though, but my whole thing is I still don't think the Giants are that good. But they can make something.
And you guys aren't going to lose this week, so, you know.
Well, we're not losing this week. No.
Go home, rest up, heal up.
The next 2 games will be interesting. I mean, I think Oakland's a lot tougher than anybody thought, but
right.
I think the Giants can beat them. And I think the Giants' offense is moving the ball. They just can't put it in the end zone. And I think it's due to the lack of the running game. It just, you know, the field gets shrunk, you know, the holes get tighter. So, you know, hopefully with Andre Brown coming back, hopefully he can add a little more, you know, dual-dimensional offense to it. And
what they almost like, Justin Pugh would solidify that line a little bit, you know, playing that right tackle, that right tackle spot. Deal coming back was a big deal, no pun intended. And so, you know.
Is Boss on his way back? Do you know?
He's done for the year. His Giant career is over. Yeah, so you got Jim Cordell.
Well, there goes our interview.
Excellent free agent signing.
Oh, that was San
a brutal one. Take him back to the wheelhouse, put him down.
Yeah. So at least it'll be interesting. At least it won't be a dead year, you know. So, you know, it's tough when you're looking forward to the draft. You know, 6 games. You wait for the NFL the whole year, and then, you know, you're 6, 7, 8 weeks in, and you're looking forward to the draft in April. So, you know, they got some life in them. I think it's a testament to Coughlin keeping that team together.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a veteran team too. I mean, they know that, you know, there's gonna be ups and downs, and you know, you just got to keep your head up, you know, and hopefully if you get lucky, you get a couple of breaks here and there. Who knows?
Yeah, it started a little bit though. Terrell Thomas came out and said, I'm pissed at guys that aren't upset, and it wasn't too much of it, but another loss.
You had the Twitter back and thing with David Wilson and Ruben Randall, and then you're like, is the locker room breaking apart and blah blah blah.
But no, he's kept it together, so it'll be interesting going forward, especially if they get another couple win or two. At least it'll be interesting.
Yeah, just make it interesting.
I mean, it's going to be a tough December for them no matter what. They got to play Seattle and Detroit on the road.
We won't beat Tampa, I'll tell you that.
Hi-oh. All right.
15 minutes of fame. Let's go.